my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah.
But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see shit doing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's about to get worse.
Dion already
none of that.
We all saw what we saw. And you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
When you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like,
Get off of me. Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the 30,000? Now? In the
In
moment.
that moment.
In the moment.
Use up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? Oh, 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level, and this is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real. That's what I did.
Oh, we're supposed to get the ball. This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. I know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes. I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's get
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Blah, 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 blah. What's cracking, Mackin' from the back end to the jack end? We are back in this thing. Congratulations to my little man, MJ Biscuit. They just won their tournament this weekend. Shout out to little legends out there, right? Left Coast legends, that's who we are. And I call them itty bitties. They're little. We got a few squads out there. My boy is 10, but they played 11U, and they won the 11U division. Yeah, they ranked too. They were ranked number 1 in the country most of last year, won the Nationals. This year, number 1 or number 2, depends on who writing the articles, but the point is, we got a squad. We look really good, man. Proud of them boys. Shout out to Jesse Buffs for putting all that together. That's my dog. And our 7 are looking good. So we'll see you in them streets one day. Where you at, Kevin Durant? Calling you out. Yo, DMV squad. Where y'all at? i.e. Sixers. I'm calling them all out right now. It's fun. Nothing better on the weekend just to watch your itty bitties go chase the legacy and go chase their dreams. Seriously. Nothing like that. All right. Well, let's talk about this. I'm going to try and break this down to the very last compound because we got a lot to talk about today. Steve Kerr and Vince Carter are on different sides, a little bit of a feud over the season, the length of the NBA season. Too damn long. Nah, it ain't long enough. So we're going to do that. Kobe Bryant and LeBron James got put up in a 1v1, and everybody chimed in on that. We got an NFL prospect who says he was told not to play quarterback because he is black. Racial. We're going to get into that conversation. Bob Arum got a new deal with the Zone, and Dana White still has issues with Bob Arum. Talk about that. And we got to get into that Bam stuff a little bit more. They just more layers just keep popping up every time I talk about that. So let's get into that and more. You know, on this show, we just go anywhere, we go everywhere. Let's go here.
He's got work to do, so he'll only be for a little while. That's why we dispense with the opening narrative. We'll get to it later. It would have been
okay. That's Steve Kerr. That's Bob Costas. I'm scared right now. This thing gonna get shut down, but at the same time, I want to hear it. I'm gonna chop this up. Let's see what they do.
Embarrassed him anyway. It's about
Let's see. Let's see.
First question.
I ain't gonna let y'all see this.
How long before Steph Curry is back?
Well, we expect him back. He's trending in the right direction.
Boring.
It's been a tricky injury, but I think he'll be back for sure. We just don't know if it's going to be a week or two or whatever. It's a day-to-day process.
He lying. Let me tell you what it is. They like, look, since we got this exit ramp of you being Steph Curry at your age, and we talking about retirement conversation, we got a Steph Curry retirement conversation out of his own mouth coming up. He's like, look, just get your rest. We ain't that good. We ain't doing nothing. Y'all know. Golden State, oh my God, it ain't golden no more. It is not going far, so why waste it? I think they right now in preservation mode, trying to keep all the toothpaste in the tube.
He played Friday night at home. Oh, there he is. So team guy traveling with you.
Yes, he is.
Okay. So you lost on Friday night at home to the Timberwolves. Long trip cross country here.
Check this out, though. We got to look at Bob Costas. How short is Bob Costas? I've met him before, but yeah. Jesus. This happened to me yesterday. I sat down on the bleacher, and I was talking to one of the moms on the team. Shout out to Jen. And she said, damn, you're sitting down. You're still taller than me. I said, yeah, that's how it goes.
Play here tonight, then the Wizards the next night. Recently, you mentioned that the NBA ought to consider cutting 10 games off the schedule.
Here we go.
72.
Here we go. This is all we need. Now watch this.
I did. I just want to open it up for discussion because I think we should always be thinking ahead to our product. And I love the league so much. I've been in the league for 35 years or so.
Nah. We don't want the political answer. Say why you want to cut the season. You know how much money you're going to lose in that process, but you still said it. Go.
And we have amazing people in this league. We have an incredible product. But the league is changing. The players are playing so fast. It's so demanding. We're seeing a lot of injuries. I just think it's worth opening it up for thought and discussion.
Okay, that's all we needed from him. Blah, blah, blah. And we didn't get shut down. Yay, look at us. Get it in. Okay, so Steve Kerr sets this day off for us. He wants the NBA, let's go, we can show this, to shorten the 82 regular game season by 10 games to prevent injuries. I'm well aware. Fewer games would mean less revenue, which means everybody takes a pay cut. And I'm willing to stick my neck out and say I'm all for that because I think the quality of the product is the most important thing. Now, I'm trying to do this logical equation with him in saying if these NBA players who have signed up for 82 games, everybody knows that when you're going through the process of trying to make it to the NBA, the last thing you're thinking about is how long is the schedule when I get there. Think about it. Like the end of your dream is, oh man, once we get there, it's going to be too much. You're not even thinking that way. You get conditioned when you're around guys who complain. Complaining is contagious. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're like, dog, the culture has changed. As much as you say the style of play has changed, as much as you can say, oh, the way that the guys are built has changed, you can say all those things, but mind over matter. The mentality has changed as well. Why did the mentality change? Because everything poured in. And let's just be real. This generation, in comparison to previous generations, are spoiled. They're more spoiled. Look, to make it to the pros, at any era, you're spoiled. Because think about it. You, in contrast to the guy at the steel mill, you, in contrast to the guy who's working at the post office, you're spoiled. What are you going to do today, big dog? Oh, man, I got to get up. Shoot, I got to be at work at 6:30, man. We got a lot of routes today. I got to do it. I got to do some overtime, too. He doing all of that, and he doing it all year long, and he may get $50,000 for it. Okay? Meanwhile, what you doing today? Oh, man, shoot, man. We got shoot around, I think. I don't know. It's optional. After shoot around, probably go to the mall or, I don't know, take a nap. We play at 7:30, so we got a little time. Then we got to show up, 5:30, 6:30, and go play ball. Look, I'm not saying it's easy to get there, but at the same time, and guess what? You're going to make more than $50,000 tonight. Tonight. And he going to take a year to do that. Come on, y'all. It's spoiled. So what happens is when you get up there, keeping with the Joneses, whatever happens, you start whispering to one guy, and he starts saying, man, damn, we doing too much. And it's like, doing too much for where? Oh, doing too much in here. Because out there, we ain't doing enough. We playing a child's game. So what happens is you get around people in professionalism and the culture starts to change. Next thing you know, you all over there complaining. And now you complaining, man, we play too much. We play too long. What? When they didn't have the same options as they did in the 90s and 80s, they didn't have what they have now. When they didn't have as many options, you know what they were doing? Not complaining about how long they played. Matter of fact, they were probably trying to say, let's play longer. Why? Because we need to make more money. We got Magic Johnson out here on a 25-year contract. Magic Johnson signed for 25 years, $25 million. And that was headline news. I remember seeing it. It broke the internet that wasn't even existing yet. It broke everything. LA Times. You know what I'm saying? Herald Examiner, all them, Los Angeles Sentinel, The Wave. Magic Johnson signs record contract. 25 years, $25 million. So I think a lot of this is just, look, Steve Kerr said it. He's been in the league so long, maybe he doesn't know the other side. Maybe he doesn't understand the other side of 82 games. Y'all not playing every single day? Y'all not playing double headers? Y'all not playing 2 games a day? What you doing? Woosah. Relax, Steve Kerr. What the hell you doing? So Vince Carter heard this. See, Vince Carter from a different era. Vince Carter listening to you like, I think you losing a little bit of your perspective right here. So let's talk about this, shall we?
It was like, did you ever think about not playing or these situations or cutting the season short? We all said no. And that's just kind of what it was. And you figured out how to take care of your body. Yeah.
Did you hear that? I think I can show this. I'm scared. I'm going to roll the dice. He said you take care of your body. You don't say, oh, I want less workload. You learn how to deal with the load that you're working with, right? You don't say, oh, I don't need much game. But I don't know if that flew with Carmelo. Carmelo like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
And, we enjoy playing the game, and we found ways, whether it's you cut the minutes in the game or you don't practice or you cut back in practice. I think there's many ways. I think this is a great game. This game has been good to us. Playing 80-plus games is just, that's what comes with being in the NBA.
Matter of fact, it's funny, the NBA, and whether you say they're struggling at times for popularity, just because you're basing it on the golden era with Michael Jordan and all those guys. But there have been blips. There have been times when the Warriors and the Cavs were going at it. There have been times where you've seen this pop again. But in terms of overall popularity, it does seem like they had a better era when it was in the 90s. I give you that. But at the same time, and you can also say, well, the game was better then. Okay, give you that too. But don't act like this is just, this is dog trash out here. But what's happening is because there's so much media, we're starting to lose our grand respect for these big alpha 6'8" guys that run up and down the court who we thought were going through hell to do it, but still would pay that price to make sure that they go out there and not only try their hardest, do their best, but also entertain us. And, okay, you can have that million. You can have those millions. We don't care. But now, when we hear you pouting, when we hear you complaining, when we start hearing you say, my nail, or worse, you're not saying anything, but we don't see you out there, that's when we start saying, hey, how much y'all paying them? What y'all doing? What's this game about? and we start to criticize, it becomes hypercritical. And I think that's where we are right now with the NBA. They do I hate to say horrible, but based on what I see as a product, based on how hard it is to become an NBA player, it's only 450 of them. I just left a tournament where there was 1,000 little 10-year-olds. And there's only 450 adults doing this. Literally, I just saw that. They do a horrible job of like presenting this to the point where you know they do a bad job because think about this. The NBA with the AAU, everyone beats up the AAU. Everyone beats up the NBA. Look at the NFL and look at flag football. Nobody beats up the flag. No one. Matter of fact, they say, oh, that's a good alternative. It's crazy like how these marketing like borders are presented in the NFL different. Like, don't you dare. Don't come at us like that. Where in the NBA, everybody taking shots, including their own. It's crazy.
When you work your butt off to get here, that's what comes with it. So why are we changing the format of what's been great for so many years?
Because time changed.
Well, they changing it because they don't know which way is up. They're trying to say, oh, you know what? It's because we playing too much. The human beings got bigger, faster, stronger, but now they weaker. No. No, the style of play, this ain't no style of play reason why you getting hurt. You haven't adjusted maybe your medical technology, maybe your medical acumen, maybe your medical workload. You maybe haven't adjusted there because, look, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he figured it out, and it's a secret sauce. I would ask every NBA player, what is your secret sauce in terms of take care of your body and being healthy? Everybody has to have one. Let me tell you. If you're playing sports, please play multi-sports. If you're not playing multi-sports, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're playing one sport, and I know why you're playing one sport, because you don't want to get behind in that sport, because that's your best opportunity. That's your best sport. Fine. Your body's going to pay a price for that. You know what happens to your tires when you just keep doing the same thing? The tread goes in a certain way. And if your body's out of alignment, that tread goes away in that exact same spot. To the point where you look at your tire, you ever look at your tire? Be like, it looks brand new. Oh, that one little strip. You're out of alignment. Most players are out of alignment. Let's just be real. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar figured this out. So Kareem used to take martial arts, yoga, stuff of that nature. You got to have a secret sauce sport. I'm talking to all you parents out there because I know you got your itty bitties playing basketball, football, soccer. You know, you got them doing all that stuff. But what's a secret sauce sport? Basically, a secret sauce sport is something that you don't have to put all of this physical pressure on your body to still exert yourself. Like you actually are playing and doing things and performing in a natural sense. Like think about it. Football's against another human being. You got to lift a lot of weights, etc. Basketball, you got to lift a little weights, but you got to push on somebody. What is the sport you're doing where it's just like, oh, I go free flowing? Yoga, Pilates. Even some of the mixed martial arts, if you don't get competitive, you just do the training. The point is do it because it opens you up. Why do you think old people are in yoga? Why do you think old people be doing the Pilates and them girls will be super fit? Because you got to open yourself up from the inside because most sports close you down and close you in from the outside. Yeah. So then if your body's out of alignment, your hips out of alignment, everything you do is just wear and tear. That's what's happening to these guys. I got to bring on my good friend and doctor, Brendan Murray, to break this down for you guys. Because once you're out of alignment and you start going, your body is not going to shut down. It's just going to compensate. It's just like, oh, this is wrong, I fixed this. This is wrong, I fixed this. And it's over there just fixing a leaky water hose to the point where you look up and you're like, damn, I'm broke down. Real spit. Real spit. So get your kids into some martial arts. Get your kids into, when they can get of age, yoga, stretching, etc. If you don't do that, just sign that ticket because you know you're going to have to pay that fine one day, sooner or later. All right, let's beat it up in the comments. I see y'all here. Thank you for rocking with your boy. We're going to have to get into this Bam Adebayo. He did an interview with Dan Patrick. Oh, we're going to slow-mo that and get into that. What y'all talking about? Y'all talking about the commissioner? Y'all talking about everybody? Who's number one today? We got Murphy Roberts. Shout out to you, big dog. Anthony Smith in the building. Universal Trappers. Love for all you guys. Mars Madness. Blah, blah, blah. Get into it. Somebody walked up to me yesterday. I was at the Anaheim Food District. I don't know what the hell it is. It was like 900 restaurants in one little spot. It was dope. It's like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, we out here. All right, Bam, you out there too. What they talking about?
But joining us now, the man of the hour, or hours, he is the man who is the second most points in NBA history in a game, Bam Adebayo, joining us on the program.
Y'all mad at that? Second most points ever. Second most. I know what y'all saying. Man, it's supposed to be no second most. It's supposed to be Kobe or something.
Bam, thanks for joining us. What part of your body hurt the most after the 83-point game?
Ooh, the arms for sure. Just the shoulder.
From shooting?
Yes.
I thought he was going to say my head from all this BS I got to hear from you suckers out here who wish they could score 83 points at the Crenshaw. Why? Damn it.
You got to ice down the shoulder like a pitcher does after, throwing 7 innings?
Yeah, I had to get in the ice bath and really
What did you think pregame? Did you think anything pregame differently than any other game you've had in your career?
Well, this is off to a blazing start. Now, look, this is one of the issues of remote, and obviously, Bam is sitting there on some rocks. Like, damn well he's thinking, is this going to be a good interview where they celebrating my accomplishment, or when do we have to get into the BS, right? And so they just off right now. Ain't no chemistry right now. It's going to
go. I knew we needed to win that game because we've been in this playing situation for the last 3-4 years, and going into the game, we got most of our starters out: Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware. So it's only 2 starters in our bench mob basically, and we know how those games can get because.
Man, I got a kid on my team, his head just like Bam. So every time I see him, I be thinking like he gonna go pro because Bam got that kind of head that go pro. Like them kind of kids like that, like look at that. Like that's just one muscle. That's not even bone. That's just a big muscle.
With the Miami Heat, we've beaten the number 1 teams in both conferences, but we've also lost to both of the worst teams in both conferences. So you can see how that game can be tricky for us. And we just needed to win.
Set it up, big dog. Set it up.
Like people want you to apologize for scoring 83 points?
He had notes, and he was building up this interview. He like, man, this ain't going well. Forget it. Dan Patrick the Great said, all right, why they hating on you, big dog?
Probably because I wasn't part of the agenda. It shocked the world because it wasn't somebody who they glorify as a scorer, as somebody who can get that record. And I feel like that's what shook the world. And also, they're going to say that I shot X amount of free throws.
He heard it. God, this interview's struggling. He heard it. He heard what y'all said. I'm trying to tell you, every athlete hears it all because there's no need, there's no want, there's no reason to perform if you don't have anybody to perform for, right? Like, just stop lying to yourself, okay? Look, I could do a lot of things by myself. I like to do them. Once I do them by myself, pause. For others, right? It's hard to tickle yourself. Impossible, right? You can't tickle yourself. Somebody else got to tickle you, right? So when you're talking about performing, it's for others, right? It is for display. So he like, dog, I got to put it out there for y'all. Don't be acting like I just wanted to do this for me. It's for y'all. And this how y'all going to treat me? This how y'all receive it?
But once you realized that they were going to foul you, that became the offense. You were just like, they're going to foul me, so I'm going to take advantage of this.
It wasn't even they were going to foul me. It was more so like I'm being aggressive. I'm trying to score buckets. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get buckets. It's not.
I got to stop right there. In the middle of that, like if you're in the heat of the battle and they fouling you and you being aggressive, you're never thinking, and you're not adding it up to 83 in the moment. Like, oh man, they over here trying to set me up to get a record. Like, that's not even your thought. It's so weird we put them in this predicament to even think like that. It's like, what? I'm out there giving these boys elbows, and they fouling me because they can't deal with me. I'm one of the only 2 starters on the court. Come on, man. They can't deal with this. Then it adds up. And then what am I supposed to be doing? Going to the free throw line and missing? It's a free throw. Can I make it? Damn right I can.
Just kept fouling me. Like I said, there were no other of my starters out there, so it was just me.
When you got
this is torture. This got to be the highest profile, worst interview Dan Patrick's ever done. I know he like, man, what the hell? What are y'all doing? Get on the same page.
To 81, what were you thinking?
I got to make these next 2 free throws because if I miss them, I'll hate myself.
But no thought of Kobe, who was one of your idols. Did you ever think of stopping at 81?
No.
Thank you.
Because I know if it was the other way around, Kobe would have been like, I'm shooting for whatever I can get. Like,
he would be like, Bam? Who? What? Man, people want you to idolize who they idolize the way they idolize them. Like, dog, you know how much I love LL Cool J? Just saw him at a wedding a week ago or so. You know how much I love LL Cool J? To the point, every time I see him or talk to him, he be like, we go deep into some rap conversations. But if I ever had a chance, you know I could rap a little bit, this much. If I ever had a chance to freestyle and beat LL, do you think I'm about to stop short on some lyrics? You think I'm going to start stuttering? You think I'm going to stop rhyming? You think I'm about to pull a Drake when he couldn't freestyle over there in Hot 97, remember back there? No, I'm going in. If I get a chance to go at my dude, the dude, you go in. You don't go out. You go in. Pause.
And to be in the conversation as your idol is what, to me, makes it gives me one of those things where I'm appreciative of it because it's my idol. It's somebody who I grew up watching the game. Like, I grew up watching him, like, understanding what he stood for. And that man he will tell you, I'm chasing Jordan. Whatever record he's trying to get, I'm trying to break it.
Yeah, whatever to that old saying, imitation is best form of flattery. I'm trying to imitate my dude. Oh, he the one? Kobe it? That's who helped raise me in this basketball world? Guess what? I'm about to go get his. That's the human nature. How we flip that, how we pervert that. That's weird.
And obviously, you know, I got the opportunity to do that.
And I think because people love Kobe so much, that bothered them more. That who were you to do that to our Kobe? And here he is, your idol. And you're right. There's no way Kobe would say, hey, you got to 81, stop. He'd be like, no, keep going, go for 90 if you can. I mean, that was his mentality.
What is sad is we have hijacked. Like, what is sad is, I guess, having platform, everybody, including me, including you. We all got social media. We all got platform. We all can go viral. Even if you don't have a big, like, sub base, you don't have to have a lot of followers to go viral, right? You can just have an opinion. People are like, yo, you said that? It's crazy. We live in a world where a narrative can be a great who was known to be selfish, if I'm being nice. If not, I'm going for everything. Mamba mentality. He was built for this, to break somebody else's record and say, that's why I'm great, because I'm up there with another great. And now he has a gremlin, you know, one of his little gremlins, one of the people that were raised by Kobe. You just wet Kobe. You feed Kobe after midnight, and all of a sudden you got all these kids who want to be Kobe. And Bam, as a gremlin, says, I'm about to go eat. And then we're going to say, nah, but you can't eat what he showed you. He can't eat what he wants to do. You can't do it like Kobe. You can't do it and beat Kobe at what he tried to do. What? How do we think, like, the audacity of us to get even in that conversation, to be like, this dude is not enjoying his moment. I'm going to tell you, I've heard a lot of people talk, I've seen a lot of celebrations. I've been a part of a few. This ain't it.
Exactly. And like I said, if the dead could talk, I firmly believe he'd be like, congratulations, young fella. Like, you did something I thought nobody could even reach for the next 40, 50 years.
You remember the first time you met Kobe?
Okay, we're going to get out of that. We don't got to go that deep. Blah, blah, blah. Whew, that hurt. One, it was just a bad interview because I don't know, they had bad communication. But that hurt. This man ain't enjoying. If I got 83. See, this is why I always looked at it like this. I was like, there's a reason I wasn't a Hall of Fame football player. And it's a stupid reason. Trust me, I'm just having fun with this. I'm being a little facetious. At the same time, I always think this. It's because I know if I had that much, like, gravity, if I were looked at as that, the way I talk, and then they would ask me some questions or they, going forward for the game and stuff, I literally would have been like, man, shut up. I got 4 sacks today. Like, stop, move. Like, instead of like, well, it was a tough battle and, both opponents were really fighting hard. I would just tell you how it is. And sometimes I think people get up there and, like LeBron gets challenged by anybody. He has to take the high road. I'm not a high road taker. I am understanding. I like perspective. I like balance. I like to see on both sides. But it's not got to be a high road. I can tell the truth. Like, I can't lie to you. And I think part of being that great and grand is you got to BS a little bit. And Bam is BSing so much because he's like, y'all making me apologize for doing something great. And I know he wanted to just say middle finger to the sky, but he can't. Because he's reading articles and headlines like this. NBA media critics got incredibly sanctimonious about Bam Adebayo's 83-point game. Yes, they did. Many in the NBA community, including several media members, worked quickly to downplay Adebayo's accomplishment. Y'all know what we're talking about. Let's look through this real quick. Look at this. Look at this. People just right there. Chris Russo, complete disgrace of Miami's game plan. Greg Doyle should have stopped at 81. Stop at 80. Who the fuck? 80. Stop at 81 for what? That ain't even a record. I ain't stopping until I get it. And if I don't get it, oh well, I didn't stop. Okay, so people are just going there. Of course, you see a lot of that name, Kobe, right? It's a lot of Kobe in there. Oh, she ain't saying nothing. Dang. Okay, but dang, we going back. Okay, so everybody went there. Then I got to go here. Since y'all want to go there, my man, my dog, Max Kellerman, guess what he said? He blames the foolish Bam Adebayo takes on emotional attachments to Kobe Bryant. See, this is one reason why Max and Marcellus was a good show. I got to admit that, even though, I let y'all say how much I loved it. I'll say, all right, yeah, I hear you. You know why? Because my man would say something like this. The truth. They have this emotional attachment to Kobe that they feel like it somehow discredits what Kobe did. Literally, that's what people are doing. I'm not going to read anything but the quotes. Fans have an idea of the type of guy that's supposed to break this record, and they resent it when it's not that type of guy. Simple. And then they have this emotional attachment to Kobe that they feel like it somehow discredits what Kobe did, or Kobe's feat was more impressive. Yeah, Kobe's feat was more impressive. If you wanted to say which game would I rather have, I'd rather have Kobe's game. There are better games than Kobe's 81-point game. That's not what the 81-point game is about. It's about how many points he scored. See how that conflation occurs? Some people are saying Kobe Bryant's best game was not the 81-point game. Somebody said it was some game he had 66 or something. Like, you have had a game where you're more efficient, but you didn't have more points. It was a better game from you, but it didn't turn out in a better result in the stat sheet. Come on, man. People crazy. In this case, people's emotions about Kobe are overriding their frontal lobes, where the judgment is, and it's making them say foolish stuff about Bam. And Bam is looking like he's taking in all those hits. Well, Bam, let me help you out, big dog. Since nobody want to give you love, I'll highlight the ones who are.
I'm happy for Bam. 31 in the first quarter. You hear all the people complaining, well, he shot 40 free throws. Well, stop fouling. Watch the Wizards. Alex Sarr should be ashamed of himself. My favorite moment of the night was he's playing great. His mom's there having a good time. He's crying. And, a lot of people saying, well, yeah, he chased the record. And you should. To all the little kids out there, if you got a chance to break a record, your high school record, if you got a chance to make history, go for it.
Thank you. What the hell? You think them records come with a deed? You know what I'm saying? Deed of trust? Like, no. You better straight jacking. If I see a record, first of all, if I see a record, that means I'm close to it. Oh, it's mine. I'm taking that. Y'all want people to own all these things out here, but did not own a record. Y'all stupid.
I'm glad he went for it. I'm glad he got the 83, and I'm happy for Bam. I'm happy.
I'm with you, big dog. All right. So beat up in the comments. Let you know the sociologist in me cannot stand when greatness is not appreciated. That will be a whole show if I ever see somebody's greatness not appreciated. I can't do it. Beat up in the comments. I see you, George Buckshot. I see you guys brand new talking about it. Yeah, it's still a topic, man. It's crazy. Probably today is the last day unless y'all do something crazy. Unless Bam spazzes. Unless Bam comes back and say, you mother suckers. I'm done with that topic, I think. I'm done. I got to be done. Okay, good. Let's get into the NFL a little bit. There's some random stuff happening in the league. Oh, my God. First of all, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all talking about owning records? Look at this subtle flex by Micah Parsons. So they putting up most quarterback pressures in the NFL since 2019, right? They put up Max Crosby. Why? Because he was traded and then the trade was rescinded, and now he's back being with the Raiders. So they trying to give him some props. Max Crosby got 360 pressures since 2019. Eat. Myles Garrett right there, 331. Eat. Micah Parsons, 315. You're like, eat. Micah Parsons says, I didn't get drafted to 2021. It's your boy. And y'all don't want us to have records. You better shut your... This fool said, look, them dudes only got me because they started before me. Real spit. Simple as that. Okay. Here's another headline. Let's go quickly through this NFL because it's a deep race topic we got to get into. Aaron Rodgers is still a free agent and he has only one clear suitor. Well, he actually has two. And sometimes it's not clear, but I can save y'all time on this article that basically is going to say Arizona's peeking at him, Pittsburgh wants him. We'll see if that works. Y'all think so? I don't know. Okay, so now this is the topic I want to talk about. No, it ain't. I'm going to save it. One more. We got to get to this quick one. Peep this. What would you do if you Matt Leinart? You Matt Leinart, USC, great. I mean, great. Tony the Tiger out in USC. And then they coming at you like, Matt, your jersey and your number, let's just say.
When I was at USC, I got my number retired. There's been multiple times where people at USC have asked me if I would unretire my jersey for some 5-star prospect.
Now, let me tell you this. Records are made to be broken, but jerseys are not made to be unretired. Okay, so let's not conflate. Let's not confuse the two. The audacity of an institution for them to, one, in a moment, they doing this for themselves. We're going to retire your jersey. When we retire your jersey, you feel good. You feel like you're getting all the glory. But the reality is we get to put your jersey up here. We get to put your last name up here. Well, not at USC. They don't put Leinart on there. But the point is it's going to have a placard. Everybody's going to come in here, and every time we're going to say, Matt Leinart, Matt Leinart, Matt Leinart, Matt Leinart. I don't know if it's lost its sauce or you just be like, how you going to even think about unretire me? What am I supposed to say? Yeah, you know what? That 11 ain't really mean that much to me.
And do you want to know what I told those guys straight up? I am never going to unretire my jersey for some random dude who, by the way, now could wear number 11 and transfer after a year. The only person that will ever wear my USC number 11 would be Cole, who's not there right now. He's at SMU, or two of my boys if they end up going to USC and playing football. That is it. When I was...
Man, blah, blah, blah. I mean... That's a way to really like mess with your alumni base. Oh yeah, you're one of our greatest players ever, but guess what I want you to do? That jersey thing you had, let's not give it love. It's a weird world out there. Trust me, we're gonna go through these topics fast today. It's a bunch of like good ice skating topics. Like, oh, they talking about that? Let's go here. Taylen Green, y'all know who he is? All right, Arkansas quarterback. Believes the main reason people want him to switch position is because he's black and athletic. Uh-oh. You got to watch out for college kids. This is the first time they had independence. First time they probably had to finish a book that they read. First time that they got to get up without an alarm clock and mama and dad. Like, they got to just be adults, right? Biological clock got to kick in now too, right? Because you can't be having your alarm clock all the time if you get... Your dorm mate be like, dog, Turn that off. So then you start turning your alarm off. You just got to wake up. You remember those days? Anyway, Taylen Green got a lot going on in his head. Maybe not making sense is all of it. I don't know. Let's listen to it.
Why is it QB or nothing for you?
I mean, I feel like I'm not trying to make this like a whole like race thing, but I feel like they definitely see my color and think I'm just going to run or think I'm just a runner and really can't throw or process things. So I'm really, RG3, I'm pretty sure you've been through that at this process too. So I just
Okay. When we're isolating variables in life, it's amazing how we always start with the ones that make us feel good. We start with the ones that give us the outcome we desire. Understood. But at the same time, if you're really going to do an academic exercise, you can't stop there. What do you have in common with RG3? We play quarterback. We're both black. We're both athletic. And then after that, in terms of on the field, I think we start to go different directions. RG3 and you are not the same quarterback. Okay? They're not even the same black. Like RG3, he TV screen black. Let me stop. That's a homie. He darker than you. Like everything that you name. He not the same type of quarterback. Y'all ain't the same look. Y'all both black, but y'all ain't the same in look. What are we doing here, dog? We just went to the race and that's it. That's what. You know what? I'm wrong. I'm doing what Dan Orlowski did. I'm assessing you without seeing all of the film of Fernando Mendoza. Let me finish.
Just trying to beat that stigma and just put everybody on notice that think that way. So.
Okay. Let's talk. There's one obvious thing that could just totally undermine his conversation, totally undermine his thoughts on what is happening to him at the quarterback position. Okay? And it's the fact that if he knows his history, he would know exactly what I'm talking about. So on this show, every now and then, we like to do what I call the DJ academics, which is we actually go into it and we look at you for who you are. So we go on the internet. Taylen Green reference. Shall we? Y'all want to see this? All right. This dude thinks, and please somebody tell me, because you know the answer. There's an easy answer to why they may want to switch you at quarterback. Maybe they don't like how you play quarterback like that. Okay? So let's go here. Let's start here. Let's hope I got internet. Good. Taylen Green. Damn, 6'6", 215. I see it. Ooh, that's a good tight end receiver. Let me stop. Okay. Let's go, Taylen. Let's go. Boise State. Okay, whatever. Okay. You see this? This ain't blowing nobody's mind. 14-6 and 61%. Whatever. It's college. Boise State, 212, 57. You ain't blowing nobody's mind. 11-9. So you leave there as a sophomore, and you're actually not progressing, but I digress. Then we go junior year. You go to Arkansas. Anybody blown away yet? Boy, if Arch Manning had these kind of stats, Arch Manning, we were killing Arch Manning. He had good stats. These are okay. Last year you played better, but come on, man, get out the way. Where are all the damn ads everywhere? Come on, man, this ain't it. Okay, like being real at the quarterback position. That wasn't it. Okay, so now you're saying, oh, they want to do it because I'm black and athletic. You ever think maybe because they think that's your best chance of making it to the next level and actually making a mark? Oh, no, they don't do that to white quarterbacks. Okay, so now let's do this before I give you the most obvious answer. Does anybody beat it up in the comments, tell me the most obvious answer? You know what the most obvious answer is. If you know the history of I'm not even going to give you a hint. Let's just say, let's type in this. This is our DJ academics. White college quarterbacking that change positions, I could type, in the NFL. And I'm not even in front of the keyboard. I'm on the side of it. Wait till I get in front of that thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on. My internet ain't it. I got to log in too. Several white quarterbacks in college end up changing position once they reach the NFL. All right, Edelman. You think they went up to little itty-bitty Edelman and said, you know what? You know. Oh, you're not black. Okay, Terrell Pryor. Was that better for Terrell Pryor? Had some, remember, 1,000-yard season. Terrell Pryor, I thought he was going to be a dude at receiver. It was all right. Logan Thomas, Joe Webb, Blake Bill, Taysom Hill, Eric Crouch. Good. They ain't even put the one I put. Tom Tupa. Let me help you out. There's a history lesson here. Taylen Green, listen to me, big dog. Let me help you out. I understand there are some racial things in this world. You ain't got to squint to look and find them, though. Let me help you out. If you knew the history of your school that you transferred to, so maybe you don't know it because you're like, this ain't even my school. This ain't rooted in me. I just got here because I couldn't do it at Boise. All right. Look up, you Google, you do the DJ Academics, Matt Jones. Who's Matt Jones? Y'all know who Matt Jones is? Matt Jones was a quarterback at Arkansas who was 6'6", and I think 220, and ran a 4.3, but he was white. And you know what they told that white 6'6", 220, 4.3 running tall, athletic quarterback like you, but he's white? You know what they told him? You know what they told him? Switch positions. Want to know how I know? Because he was my teammate. Yeah, he got drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm there. They get Matt Jones. I'm like, oh, that's a big old receiver. I remember seeing him in camp. I was like, damn, that's a big old receiver. Big old dude. And it used to look like he jogged. Yeah, he's jogging a 4.3. Sucker was huge. 1 step, 2 step, into the 40. 4.3. Matt Jones, he could have been a dude. Matt Jones, different dude, though. So they told him to switch positions. It wasn't racial, obviously. I guess it can't be racist or racial if it goes for a white person. But if it's a black person, you know what they're doing to me. Your same school, your same position, your same body type, same athleticism, and they told him to do it. But what is it when he does it and he's white? Anyway, it would have worked for Matt Jones, except, let me just say this about Matt Jones. Matt Jones was very satisfied when he got to the NFL because he was like mind blown of all that came his way based on where he was from. Like he kept telling me and telling us like, man, where I'm from, everything they already gave me, I couldn't imagine. Like whatever he signed for, 8 million, 10 million. He was like, do you know what I could do with that forever? And you're hearing this because, a lot of us are from, adverse backgrounds. I'm like, no, I grew up on welfare. He like, me too. But welfare in L.A. City is not welfare in like backwoods Arkansas, right? It's a different kind of welfare. He lives in that area where it's that one abandoned car and the hood is up. I live in a neighborhood where it's an abandoned car, but it's in the front yard. You know what I'm saying? And then every now and then we're going to try and fix it up and ride it around. Like, he live in the one where it's like, that thing spray painted, they got a sheet in it. You're like, oh, we good. Different kind of level of poverty. He said he made so much. I remember sitting there talking to him. He said, I made so much, man. I can't imagine it. And I think that really reduced some of his deeper ambition to fight with all the talent he had at receiver, and he still was all right. But I think that his deep motivation was lost once he got all those rewards. He just couldn't understand it. He like, I'm not lying to y'all. He literally was mind blown. He was different. I was like, Matt, keep working. You can get more. He's like, man, shoot, more than this? This is enough. I was like, Matt, that ain't it. So beat up in the comments, man, how we try to twist that into something racial and crazy, but at the same time, nope. Ryan Tannehill, another one I see y'all talking. Tim Tebow. Oh, my God. They ain't even put Tim. Come on, second brain. Come on, ChatGPT. Tim Tebow's the dude. They told him, excuse me, you won the Heisman? Oh, excuse me, you may be in the best, most prolific quarterback ever at quarterback, white guy. Come here. Will you switch positions? Would you play fullback, tight end? People, oof. And then people get mad at you when you point it out. Oh, you always trying to minimize race. No, you always trying to maximize it, fool. That's your fault. That is your fault you don't know history. And people mad at me because I got perspective. Yo, dumb ass. Read. No. References. Matt Jones, Tim Tebow, Ryan Tannehill. They don't care. They don't care. They really don't care. And if you care, you're caring about the wrong thing. Simple as that. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think as we got to get into a little bit of LeBron James talk because people are still trying to figure out his role on the squad. And I'm like, and what they're going to do for him. I think this is a fascinating take by Colin. Let's break this down. He's trying to say where LeBron fits in, and they're trying to give him a stat. You know, LeBron out of here. I don't know how he going to stay with all this fodder because the Lakers ain't trying to put out these fires, so this is tough. What are you going to do with LeBron? Give him a statue? Is he an all-time Laker great? Blah, blah, blah. Let's see.
We had Robert Horry on, and he was a classic Laker. Played all 4 years of college, came in and played, great Spurs teams, great Laker teams. And I asked him about, LeBron's legacy and, the statue argument. And here's what Robert Horry said.
LeBron, him, KD, those guys have had the choice. Everybody wants somebody to be like a Dirk and a Kobe and stay for 20 years and Tim Duncan. That ain't the case with everybody. They want to explore options. And I think if he does get a statue out there, he's deserving. He should get a statue in Cleveland. He should get a statue in L.A. He should get a statue in Miami because you think about what he's done for every organization. Sometimes it's not about the wins. It's about the butts you put in the seat.
Thank you. Entertainment product. Where have we forgotten? What's the E in ESPN? Education? Everybody? Nah. Entertainment. It's okay. Who wants LeBron to have a statue in L.A.? Who doesn't? I'm not going to lie to y'all. As much as I love LeBron, I'm in the middle. Like, if they say they're going to put one up, yes. If they say they're not, no. I understand because when I look at the statues, and to me, it's like here. It's like what you do in L.A. He didn't do what Kobe did. He didn't do what Kareem did. He didn't do what Magic did. But he did something. Something rewarding, something deserving of reward. But I don't know if it's a statue. But I am not going to lie. I'm in the middle. I could be convinced both sides.
Okay, so the Lakers aren't every other organization. There is simply a different standard for Notre Dame football, Yankee baseball, Real Madrid, Manchester United, and the Lakers.
And the Cowboys. Why did you say Dallas Cowboys? Oh, they ain't won in a while.
Even though they haven't been very good over the last 10 years, right? Most of the time. And this is not the New York Mets that celebrate wild card appearances or the Charlotte Hornets or the fourth best football team in the Big 12. Miami, sure. Cleveland, absolutely. I think if you ask Laker fans, statue in LeBron outside of crypto, it would be absolutely not. Folks, think about the statues in front.
Okay, as we just talked about it, absolutely not as strong. Like, absolutely not. How do you get this great and then people get tired of you or mad at you or just disgusted in you? Like, who the y'all doing the Bam Adebayo again? Like, oh, that was great. I don't care. Like, what are we doing?
Of crypto. Kobe, 5 rings. Jerry West, 6 as an executive. And then 9 finals appearances. Magic, 5 titles. Shaq, 3. Kareem, 5. Pat Riley, several. Chick Hearn, 30-plus years of broadcasting. I mean, Elgin Baylor didn't have a title, but Elgin Baylor, who many believe was the pre-LeBron. He was LeBron before LeBron. All 14 years of his career, Lakers, drafted by him, stayed with him, 14 years with him. 10-time All-Star, averaged 38 a game one season.
Let's look at this before we continue. I think LeBron was just set up to fail in L.A. in terms of all-time greatness in L.A. Yeah, because – look, if you go here, then go there, and then go back there, L.A. is not the type of market or mentality that we want somebody else's seconds, thirds, or fourths. You know what I mean? Like, you can't come to L.A. and grab a plate, start eating it, and then be like, hey, oh, you want some? If I say yes to that, I'm going to go get my own. This is L.A. You come here to make it. L.A. is going, and L.A. going to show you wherever you are. If you want to make it, we are here. If you want to fail, we are here. So I think LeBron, just by his resume right here, was set up to fail in L.A. Ain't nobody taking your fourths. Come on.
He is the founding father of professional basketball in L.A. is Elgin Baylor. Is a Laker. Every statue outside of crypto, the first line of it could be Laker legend Magic Johnson. With LeBron, the first sentence is Cleveland's finest, most points ever, part of the Heatles. Is he really family?
Blah, blah, blah. Think about that. Think about that. LeBron. Is he really family? Is he really down with us? Is he really the one? Yeah, I don't think he's going to get one. And the way that the Lakers are going out, I'm not putting this on Jeannie Buss, but I do know that Jeannie Buss could put this out. They letting the media go crazy on LeBron right now. And it's because, and even J.J. Redick, his dog, is kind of like, man, I got to look forward. If I want to keep a job, I got to make sure Luka good. And Luka going through it. Even though he balling, he going through it in his personal life. I ain't going to bring up too much of it, but we're going to talk through that. But before we get into that, I think this is fascinating. I love to just highlight people who had influence, impact, greatness, and everybody doesn't say it. What y'all think about James Harden all the time? What y'all think about James Harden's impact to the game? People don't give him enough credit. People just always talk about, when he going to win one? When he going to give him a hump? That ain't the only thing. Ain't the only thing, is it?
First, funny you say that. You put Harden on there. A lot of people don't realize how cold he was and what he changed into the game. Yeah. You got a lot of people change the game where they make rules. Shaq with the 3 second. Mm-hmm. Got Iverson. Hell, with the dress code and the Iverson.
Let's talk.
Then
they implemented the carry.
James Harden, man, where he come to the game where we saw with Mono, but then he put it to where he'll show it to you the whole way on the transition. As soon as you reach, we going upstairs for the free throw. So
people learn how to manipulate the game.
He deserved that for sure.
We don't. That's not even the scary thing about James Harden. James Harden created a dribble package for everybody.
What the Anthony, step back.
Yeah, boom. Do the legs cross. Do the legs cross. Do the legs. Do the legs. Do the legs cross. Do the legs cross. Do the legs cross. Do the legs. Do the legs. Do the legs cross.
Yeah.
That's what everybody does now, and they added a step back to it. You can do as many step backs as you want. Apparently,
ain't no more travel.
But that's everybody's rock dribble now.
Yeah.
When they getting ready to go into their package, think LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards.
Dance. Yeah, they dance.
Man, I ain't even think about. Now you start seeing the gremlins, right? I ain't even think about all the influences he got out there. How many times he on? Wow, that's deep.
Anthony Edwards. It's all the same shit.
They definitely
chop. It keep your balance, keep your core, blah, 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 blah. And now you can always do all three things. You could pick one. James just got that quick-ass floater. It's not even a floater. It's like a toss. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not a full floater like a guard. It's like a quick. It looked like a lob, too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he created this game for niggas that people emulated. Like, if Steph Curry changes the game, so did James Harden.
Wow. What a sentence, but wow. He ain't lying. It's crazy, but look, it's not Steph Curry because he ain't got 4 titles. But at the same time, dudes are borrowing from the package of, I can't say package of, from James Harden. Simple as that. And, dog, you know I'm a Clipper fan, so I saw this live and in person many a nights. I was like, dog, this dude is insane. All he doing is read. Wow. He going to take what you give him. And you going to give him something because all this happening in front of you, you got to respond. You got to react.
Yeah. Like, we don't talk about that a lot, but
you got to get James. You got to get you a ring
first.
You got to get James.
I'm trying to give you a flower. Just get you a ring,
shout
gang.
out to James, man.
No, I said you in Cleveland wouldn't work, but prove me wrong, Jay. I ain't going to lie. I like it so far. I like it.
So far, it's looking good.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of there because you can tell when they about to be nice. Blah, blah, blah. They're going to start giving too many flowers. All right, so let's get into this because this is a topic that got some virality. LeBron James, Kobe. People talking about, like, if they had to go against each other one-on-one. Remember how the league was trying to say, please, get the finals. Kobe, LeBron, same time. And it never worked out. Well, it can work out in our head. It certainly can work out in the barbershop.
And a one-on-one. LeBron in his prime or Kobe Bryant in his prime. First game is 2-11. Who do you got? Ball on the court, ball in the basket. Who's winning? And what's the score?
Prime versus prime? I'm taking LeBron. Bigger, stronger. People don't realize how good LeBron was at playing defense those last couple of years in Cleveland and when he was in Miami. They look at him now, Joe, like he's in his late 30s and talk about, y'all remember the job that he did on D Rose was MVP. He flipped the series. And Tim Duncan, he flipped the series. They would go small and he would take Timmy. I'm taking LeBron. I know Kobe is a shot maker, but I'm taking Bron. Who you got, Joe?
Hey, Joe, what you got, Joe? We talk about one-on-one. We can talk about team
That's what I'm talking
basketball
about.
now. I know individual skill, 1v1. You know, what package you got? I mean, can you get to your spot? Can you create space?
Package.
I mean,
Package.
man, I'm going with Bean there, boy.
I already knew you were going with Bean.
I'm only going with Bean because he has more to offer offensively, especially in his prime.
Well, I mean, one-on-one, Ocho, he gonna have to be able to get stops too. Like I feel like I think I'm talking about one-on-one, both in their prime. Man, both of them they were hell to deal with, both of them.
And you know, Bron had that turnaround. Y'all know, Bron get this spot. Yeah, people don't realize how big LeBron is.
Yeah.
I just don't think. I just think stopping him one-on-one, like with his mind made up, that's gonna be tough, bro.
And boy, hell, stopping Kobe with his mind made up. That ain't no easy feat either, man.
It ain't no easy feat, Ocho. But I do think they both will be able to get stops on one another. I'm probably gonna lean more toward LeBron, honestly. And I'm a huge Kobe fan, like one of my idols growing up. But yeah. Bron got something. You got a lot of stuff you can't teach, bro. You know, strength, height.
And he does everything with his left hand except shoot a basketball. You know, LeBron naturally left-handed, Ocho.
Yeah.
Ocho didn't know that. I'm gonna leave it. Boy. Golly. Look, what they really saying is like, we understand these are dogs. But the physics, they're different types of dogs, right? Like, look, your little poodle is about that life. He's like, what's up, bud? What's up? And then that rot and them pits, like, dog, I don't think people understand. We're not slighting either. You put Kobe Bryant out there, and it's only LeBron and mano y mano. I don't see how LeBron can lose that. Because look, you know how it goes. If my son right now, who can play basketball, wants to play me, I can't move right now, all that stuff. I'm bigger. So if I'm bigger, this is me who can't play basketball. If I'm bigger, I know what I'm doing. I'm backing you down. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting ball and paint. I know what I'm doing, okay? I'm about to be sucked in by that rim. I'm getting close. And I got all the other packages too, but you got me beat probably in that. Footwork, I give you some of that. You know, the J and all that, I give you all that. But when push come to shove, I'm pushing harder. I'm shoving harder. I'm LeBron. I'm bigger. He's just a bigger being. It's almost like he's in a different division. 6'6" Kobe, 6'8" LeBron with muscles. He more muscular than a little dude. I got to go LeBron in that. Look, it's forever. There's no answer, so don't get mad. Just make your point. It's not that deep. I don't have a definitive answer, but I do know if you told me to bet, I know where I'm betting. At the same time, I know why people betting on Kobe. Not everybody, though. Some people are trying to hate on Kobe. Let's talk about this. Jeremy Lin, Dwight Howard. People calling y'all out.
Kobe Bryant hasn't spoken in 6 years. He can't defend himself. He can't fire back. He can't give you that look, the one where his jaw tightens and his eyes go dead and you realize you made a terrible mistake. And maybe that is why they picked now to talk.
Yeah, they just went on the podcast and they talking about, see, this is the thing. People don't know what they want. First, they want to hear athletes talk. Then they want to hear the athletes talk about their experiences and talk about the game and talk about what they didn't see, what they weren't privy to knowing, what happened in the locker room, how was this guy to play with, etc. You want all of that. And then when somebody does it and it's not, as Max said it before, it's not for the guy that you expect or root for. If it's going against the guy you root for, all of a sudden it's a problem. These dudes are telling you real life experiences. And I remember being in that locker room when Dwight was there. The tension was real.
Jeremy Lin sat down on Dwight Howard's podcast and told a story about how he texted Kobe Bryant after a game, told him he didn't appreciate his body language, and Kobe responded by not speaking for him for 5 months. 5 months.
Okay. As crazy as that sounds, it's not as crazy as that sounds. Dog, there have been dudes on teams fighting each other. You think they just woke up the next day and said, "What's up? You good? How did that feel when I knocked your ass out?" Like that. Teams are interesting. One, I think for every player, especially football, but maybe not basketball, no one can name everybody on their team. Maybe even basketball. Like number 15, you might be like, okay, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, Smush Parker. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think, y'all think we like all buddies and like it's all Boy Scout cookies. Nah, ain't nobody rocking like that all the time. And if Kobe like, look, you challenge me, I can see where they ain't talking. Especially in basketball where you can live your own world. You can live within your own world in the bubble of what the team is. You can. Dog, Kobe had to have his own security. You know, Kobe had to have his own room section. You know what I mean? Like, they do that. They do that in football. Brett Favre, he wasn't on the team bus every time. I remember seeing him when they played us in San Diego. I was like, where Brett Favre at? I was like, oh, he rides separate. Because too much. It's crazy.
And the way Lynn tells it, he is the reasonable one. He is the mature communicator. Kobe was the problem. Here's the thing. Jeremy Lin averaged 11 points on a 21-win team. He was on the Lakers for 1 season. 1. And somehow in 2026, he is on a podcast giving a TED Talk about how Kobe Bryant, a 5-time NBA champion, needed to work on his communication skills. And sitting right across from him.
Before you get to Dwight, don't do that. I hate when people say they discredit you by how you played when you just saying, no, I'm just telling you how you acted. Like, I went to breakfast with Kobe and this is what he did. Oh, but you only had 2 points. What? See what I'm saying? Like this dude, whoever this dude is who's talking dramatic and we got the music. Dog, don't do that. Jeremy Lin could have been sorry. He could have been amazing. That doesn't give more credence to the truth of the story. Those are 2 different lanes. How many shots you make? Or how much truth you telling? Stop it.
Nodding along like a therapist session co-host, Dwight Howard. The man who showed up to the Lakers in 2012 couldn't handle Kobe's intensity and bolted to Houston after 1 year. Two guys who couldn't survive 1 season next to Kobe, sitting on a podcast, telling you about leadership. Let's break this whole thing down.
No, we're not. I'll break it down. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not a fan of this guy. No. Dwight Howard came to LA, had back surgery, needed more help, more rehab, more support, got less. Kobe played Dwight a little bit off the narrative of he ain't serious because Dwight was silly. But Dwight was silly, but Dwight was balling before that injury to his back. And then after that, rushed back and then didn't play well, and now the silly got blamed. But Dwight was silly all the way to the greats and the heights that got him to where Kobe wanted to play with Dwight. They use it against you when they want to, and they use it for you when they want to. Whatever it is. It's almost like the powerful, the one with the money. We all know it. If you were all hanging, the one with the money got a lot more say than he should. We all know the more powerful one got a lot more say than maybe he should. Because you're not right on all things, and then all of a sudden you just say something and it's right. It's like, what? Oh, because he got the tab. People just be tucking their tails. The hell, that narrative is off. You know, I'm not saying that what they said is accurate completely because we don't have a retort. Kobe can't speak on that. But at the same time, don't act like discredit the dude like he didn't say something. That's wild. Be up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Oh, I hear y'all. Y'all saying, thank you, Brian Untitled, member, for the super chat. He says LeBron is an actual lion. Kobe ain't winning one-on-one. Yeah. At the same time, I hear you, Brian. I think he'll beat Kobe, but then someone highlighted, and I forget where it is. Someone said, hey, Marcellus, you got to be real. LeBron's footwork, LeBron's post game ain't Kobe's. So he going to get in that post, and Kobe going to be able to defend him. Point there. You got a little point there. So we'll see. All right, let's get into some spicier topics. Yeah, let's get into this. So Dana White and Bob Arum. Bob Arum just announced a new deal, but before he could announce that deal, this was said about him.
You're asking me about Bob Arum. Bob Arum's been in the business for fucking 50 years. He put one fight on this year. He doesn't have a TV deal, as far as I know. Does Top Rank have a TV deal yet? Anybody? Don't even have a TV deal. What am I going to work with him on? He has no TV deal. Guy's been around for 50 years or more. No TV deal. De La Hoya? Don't even get me fucking started on that guy. Right? PBC hasn't put a fight on. I haven't seen or heard anything from Al Heyman. I heard he's sick. I don't know what's going on with Al. And then, Eddie Hearn is the manager now.
Damn, murderer's row.
My rival, Eddie Hearn. Holy shit. Who else? I mean, who? I'm 4 fights in. These guys are fucking terrible. Have a good night.
Jesus. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess all of them heard that because certainly Bob Arum said, oh, let me do something then. Let me do this. Major movement in the boxing business. Top Rank, the promoter led by Bob Arum, has reportedly reached a multi-year broadcasting deal with DAZN, marking a significant shift in the landscape of platforms broadcasting boxing worldwide. This agreement could usher in a new era of several boxing stars and alter the dynamics of major fight cards in the coming years. Yeah, Bob, throw that punch back at Dana. What does this really mean? Which fighters could benefit? How does it impact ESPN and the rest of the platforms? Right? And they go there. Top Rank, luego al acuerdo con DAZN de transmisión multiaño. I just love seeing how this is all shaping and shifting, right? Everybody's like over there jockeying. Like Dana White, imagine you, Dana White, you got that much power, that much money, and really, he has a vision. Like he's like, I really want the best versus the best. You gotta come at him. You can't come at him like sideways, because if you ain't the best, you ain't gonna pass his smell test. Real spit. So good for Bob Arum. I'm glad there's more competition, checks and balances. I want to see guys really compete at the highest level because I love boxing. I just don't love the sport of boxing because it's a bad business. But maybe Zuffa really will help, and now Bob Arum will come in and do something like this. Did y'all see this happen yesterday? Peep this. This is dope. What a promotion. All right, look at this. That's Michael B. Jordan, who just won Best Actor. And I'm sure all around him security, because ain't no way these people staying that far away from him, but they got the cameras in front of him. And he got his Oscar there. Like I said, forget the drive-thru. I guess you don't want to be trapped in your car. He's like, forget the drive-thru. And I'm sure this is the one on Hollywood. It's on Sunset in Hollywood. He really is in and out. Got to get him a #1 animal style. Strawberry shake. Congratulations. I just want to highlight that. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Not only because in and out like thank you. Just a common man kind of thing. You know what I mean? I love when I see that. But Sinners was good. I got to give him, like, for that to be an original movie, because every other movie now is nothing but a franchise. Like, we already seen it 1,000 times, different way. For them to do that, original kind of movie, and it worked, good for them. Okay. Ooh, I want to get into this. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let's get a little spicier, a little racial. The Kendrick and Drake beef will never end. Like Kobe and Shaq, we're going to always talk about it. But I want to talk about it in this respect because I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating, this element. So if you don't know who Michael Eric Dyson is, I think he was a professor at Columbia as well. But a scholar. A lot of racial topics, social topics. Let's listen to him talk about this one.
Looked at Fox Sports.
What? Give it back to me. Oh, I just got jacked. Hold on. Oh, I know why. Sometimes I put these things on and I'm not the most technologically sound person. All right, let's do it this time. Let's check it out.
Fox Sports, and there was a big argument between DeMarco Farr. You remember Brian Cox? Yeah, as DeMarco Farr walked away, we're like, are you cool? And he said to us, man, fuck him, he's half. And I was like, that exists?
Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Most people would acknowledge Kendrick as genius, but not Drake, right? Drake is commercially viable. He's a monster. He sells records. But is he as deep?
There's a genius to that, though.
Oh, come on, bro. You understand that. Drake is being indicted by Kendrick Lamar. Implicitly, and explicitly, not like us. The song is the song, whatever you think about it. But the notion itself, big distinction, us versus them. And they're trying to de-black Drake, right? Oh, he's not really black because he grew up in Canada, I grew up in Compton. Bro, you're reducing blackness to Compton? When did you not know that black people fled America going to Canada to escape the iron tyranny of enslavement? And he ain't black. His daddy is black. He went to Memphis every summer. I remember I worked.
You catch that? Now, what I caught is one.
Horns fill his.
Hold on. Let me get into this. What I caught was how it is weird. Like, people give you different levels of stripes on your sleeve based on where you from and like in your blackness or like what you've been through. Like, it's almost like you can get blacker the more adversity you went through. It's a weird dynamic. I think it's really a mental setup. It's psychological enslavement, to tell you the truth. Like, the harder you had it, the more you are something. So if you really aspire to be something or be that, you better have it hard. Or it's like this weird like trap that everybody gets entangled in. Anyway, but we're having two different conversations. That's a social element that can lend itself to a cultural element, which is different than the biological element, which I think is really what's being lost in the conversation when you talk about these things. Because when you look at it biologically, we should have never let slave masters define what blackness is. We shouldn't have, but we did because we had no choice. I think they had the power. Let's just say that. So that whole one drop rule, et cetera, stuff. So now we ran with that, and to the point where, wow, now there's an identity crisis in terms of what are you in terms of biology. Because now, think about it. If you are half black and half white, dare you to say it. Some of them do. When they say it, they get persecuted. They get pushed back. They get, you're black. And it's like, okay, and white. You don't like being black. Lord, it's so hard living this life. Come on. Like, it's weird. Boy. And this is, to me, all of what I just described is part of the layering of why socioeconomically, I think in this country, it's such a struggle for black people. It's because at the core of all things is identity. And if that's not properly defined, properly understood socially, culturally, biologically, if it's not, you're in trouble. You're just in trouble, okay? You're gonna chase your tail. You don't know which way is up. And I think all these identity issues are coming out even in this little beef. Think about it. Listen to him.
Music, the first albums Drake made, his grandmama babysat Aretha Franklin, and his uncle is Larry Graham from Sly and the Family Stone. What black card he got to show? And on his album Damn, that won the Pulitzer Prize, I like to remind the acolytes of Mr. Lamar that he says, I ain't black, don't call me black no more, because he was into black Hebrew stuff. And Drake said, light skin, but still a dark N-word. So I'm saying, that's your God? So to me, yeah, that still exists. You're not as black as me. You're not as righteous as me. What did he say? You're not a colleague, you're a colonizer. What other figure in black music has ever been called a colonizer? Because he experiments widely with music. Kendrick, who put you on tour first? Oh, it was a guy named Drake. So this inability to not only have gratitude for where you came from, but to understand blackness is far deeper and more exhaustive than any one nationality or race or people can make it. Torns feel.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's more, is there? No, there's no more. You know me, I'm fascinated by that kind of stuff because I really want to properly define people for who they are so they can have pride and proud of what they are. So that when they are that, they're going to be the best version of that, and that's going to be the best version for the itty-bitties to be inspired by. That's got misconstrued before. I think I've stepped in it before, too. I remember talking about Colin Kaepernick. I was like, he's black and white. What are you doing? He's black. I was like, okay. Well, then if he is, then what am I? Well, you're black. Well, why do you say the and for him? Like, why you don't want that guy to have a sense of pride of his other side, his fullness, which to me led to him kind of like radicalizing or at least going a little more extreme in terms of what he wanted to do. You know, you put on a black trench coat and comb your hair out into afro and put the pick in and put on the whole like Super Avenger black card suit probably because you couldn't be told the whole life, you couldn't tell somebody you were black and white. People don't even understand how this stuff plays out. And then you start looking, you start saying, Really? Like, you know, we all went to school, and when we got to college, all your light-skinned homeboys, oh, they was blacker than black. All your homeboys who lived in the bad neighborhood but was inside, oh, they was gangsters. Everybody got more of when they got that freedom in college. I'm like, dog, I know you from the hood. I know we both from the hood, but why you banging now? I saw guys literally leave LA, escape LA. Because in 92, when I graduated, it was escaping LA. You escaped LA. Got on a college campus. Y'all saw higher learning, did y'all not? And suckers got up there and said, now let's turn the campus into the hood and start banging on cats. I was like, dog, hell no. Even at Columbia, cats was like gangster. It's fraudulent. They got gangster, they got blacker. I go to the BSO meetings, the Black Student Organization meetings. I go up in there. That's how I met Lauryn Hill at one of them events. I wasn't going in there to get blacker. I can't lie to you. I wasn't going in there for no transcripts and reading stuff. I was like, I'm in here to see who on our campus that's black, especially the ladies. Went up in there. Man, they over there talking about protesting and hunger strikes and day one. I was like, dog, what? What we protesting again? What's the problem? And then, I'm not gonna lie, a few of them, if not a lot of them, we just was different. I was like, dog, you're not claiming all of who you are. I could tell, look at you. Let me smell your hair. You're like, what you doing? And it's almost like because they couldn't claim all of what they were gonna claim what everyone told them they were to the extreme. I just saw that dynamic. You can tell me I'm wrong? I know I'm not. We can have that conversation. I'm like, okay, mixed person. It's okay. Well, you don't want me to call you mixed, half, whatever. Stop. Like that's not a negative. Unless you want to take it that way. Oh, you don't understand what I got to deal with. Well, stop dealing with it. Shit. Push back. I wish somebody, remember Tiger Woods did that? Tiger Woods went on Oprah or something. He said, I am black and Japanese or whatever he said. He said more than one thing. If I were Tiger, I would be like, shut up. I would grab my golf club, start swatting at everybody. Shut up. I am with all those things. But he never said that again. Y'all got him. I would have been swinging my 9-iron at y'all. I am. You ain't gonna tell me not to love my mama. My mama a little Asian lady. I love her. No, you better not. You better not. You better represent. Man, stop it. All right. You ain't gotta act. You ain't gotta, I always say it. You ain't gotta act black. Just be black. That's good enough. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. So we got to get one more topic in here, and I love this topic. Let's leave on a little sports. Since we talking race, let's talk gender. Oh yeah. Let's finish up. Let's button up this last one. Clarissa Shields. A little more buzz over the weekend. They talking about this. I'm gonna let them talk it because she's supposed to. Y'all know this setup, right? And they really been running with it. Shannon and Chad could chat into boxing too. They got a real Riley Romero joined him, a real boxer. Somehow, some way, she is thinking she can fight him and win, or they thinking that this is posed that she can beat him, and he a real fighter. Man, stop. Let's talk. I don't know what's going on.
What about you with 20 million? That seems like a lot of cheddar.
Oh man, I don't hit women. I just don't hit women.
Now, question. You know me. Is it hitting women when she's a professional boxer and she goes in there and says, let's fight? Like, does sport supersede the gender in this conversation? Because women can compete in men's sports. Men can't compete in women's sports. I'm not even talking about the whole trans issue. I'm talking about real spit. If you got a 9-year-old girl and she could play basketball, she could play on the AAU team with the boys. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go get it. They're like, damn, she killing these dudes. However, if you got a 9-year-old boy and he's sorry, he can't keep up with the boys, he can't go play with the girls. So sport does supersede, like in terms of gender, at least one-way transmission. Women can go to the men's side. So if she on your side, is it a problem that she a woman? I think you should fight.
It's not even about the money. 20 million, 30 million, 100 million, bro. I wouldn't sell myself to go hit a woman.
Oh, he sound like, who was that we had on this? Oh, my God. Terrence Crawford, who we called him lying. First, he said that to Shannon Crowder. He was like, I ain't selling my soul. I can see where your character is. I ain't doing nothing for $100 million. I said, if I'm done, I'm done. Then he goes on a same podcast with Andre Ward, and he's like, Psh, somebody offer me $100 million or offer you $100 million. I know you fighting. I know you fighting. So look, don't talk out of both sides of your mouth with the elastic language. You try, Raleigh. Are you on the Molly? Let me stop. Raleigh, if I had $100 million that said fight a woman, I'm not going to guarantee you would say yes. I'm going to fully lifetime everything on the line guarantee. What they say, I put it on my mama. You $100 million? And I don't want to hit a woman. You can win the fight without like destroying her too. You could just beat her shoulders up, just tear her shoulders up. She'd be like, I can't punch no more. Whatever you got to do, but get that $100 million.
She signed up for this, Rolling.
I know women sign up all the time and do stupid things, right? And all this stuff. I'm telling you, it's not in my moral compass to go hit a woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Good, Jack. Thank you, Shannon. Okay. It's not in your moral compass. Well, you need to get your compass adjusted, damn it. What the hell you talking about? We ain't talking about walking down the street and you trying to get in line at Subway. And she like, I get the foot long. We ain't doing that. We ain't talking about domestic. We talking about for sport. Man, I hate when people do that. You ain't winning no fans over by doing that. Right, like, I don't touch a woman. Man, we ain't talking about in your crib. We talking about ding, 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 ding. Because if Ronda Rousey, remember when Ronda Rousey said, I could beat Floyd Mayweather, I wanted Floyd to say, let's go. I did. You think that would have been the highest rated, highest sold pay-per-view ever? Untouchable. Like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, y'all can't even touch this. Mayweather, Pacquiao, nope. Ronda Rousey at her peak, before Holly Holm showed us what's cracking, and Floyd Mayweather forever. But then, I mean, it would have made $2 billion. I think it would have made $2 billion that night. And they each would have got like $500 million. Come on. Oh, we missed the opportunity because of our moral compass. All right, let me end on this story right here. I got to show y'all somebody I seen this weekend, and I got to give him props. Shout out. Y'all know who that is. That's Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's at the crib about to do this challenge. Well, we challenged Aaron Donald and his son this weekend in football in our championship game, and we took a L. It was one of those bad days. Our quarterback didn't have his best game. Let's just say that. And if he were older, I'd tell you even more. But I love the little dude. He got an arm and he could play. His dad showed up to the game, you know, and he was just trying to show his daddy everything. I was like, show him a little at a time and it'll work better. Anyway, first play of the game, pick 6. It was just one of those, you know, them games where you're just like, oh, we ain't got it. My son, MJ, he running these long, deep routes. They just intercepting the ball. We wasn't getting the connection. We should have ran shallows, crosses, whatever. We got spanked by Aaron Donald, his son, 44-18. Oh, it hurts. The score sounds even worse. Point being, hey, you play long enough, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. That ain't why I'm showing y'all this. I'm showing y'all this because who could do this? This is insane.
Challenge. We're going to start with the little one first and then the big one. We're going to use the secret sauce, the chocolates. So you're going to start with the little one first. Let's see if I can do it. That's easy. Easy.
Okay, that's like 5-10 pounds, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. Now, what are you about to do? Tell me if y'all ever seen somebody even think about doing this. It's hard enough to do this with 2 hands the regular way.
Do the big dog. Let's do it.
Okay. Right now, I'm on the ground and I'm wet. I don't even care if I'm using my other hand like he is to get it up. It's too hard. I can't. My shoulder would come off my body. I'd be a one-arm robot right now. There's no way. Look at that.
Pork, baby.
Somebody gave him a product. It's so stupid. It's probably celebrating beating us. I am mad at this. Look at the hell. Now, it's getting easier, obviously, but it was hell to pay in the beginning. Shout out to the homie. Hey, respect to all y'all out there. That was insane. There's my shoulder hurts right now. I think I want to show y'all. Can I show y'all? Look at that. Look at that. Look, I got cupping marks, stretch marks. This is what happens. Yeah. Y'all think football all sweet. Y'all think football pretty. It's hell to pay out there. I tell you, it's hell to pay, brother. Nah, love to you guys, man. Thanks for rocking with your boy. You know what time it is. It's time to go get the itty bitties right. We on that clock. Speaking of itty bitties, let me give my boy some shine because he's still good. He just lost. Took an L. Let's go. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at my boy. I want to see it. Give him a little volume.
I ran from reality. Not for the attention, not for the fame, but to prove a kid from Compton could write his own story.
Go, Biscuit.
You might see a game.
I want to see one more shot. There he is. Like and subscribe and become a member to this show. That's my dog right there. Last night was the first night in many a nights. I mean, it's been a long time that we didn't sleep together because the wife and I was like, man, these kids, we got to sleep together too. We got to have that connection, that intimacy. But we've been sleeping with the kids. And then them kids was like, no. My boy ran to the bed and was like, no. I said, oh. So we had to tuck them all away. Love. That's what it is. It does amazing things to the kid's nervous system when you sleep with them as long as you can. So that's why we're still in that battle and that conversation. Well, make sure you like and subscribe and become a member to this show. We're going to keep this going. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.